Could SCUM be the day's killer? Let's delve right into the survival challenges this game presents. Picture yourself on an island, not a vacation spot, but a test of survival instincts. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is not just to survive, but to thrive, and to do that you need money. And not just a few coins for a cup of coffee, but stacks of cash to pay off a boss. Yes, you heard that right, a boss. This isn't just survival of the fittest, it's survival of the richest. Every week, like clockwork, you need to make payments to this boss. Think of it as rent, but the kind you can't afford to miss. This introduces a whole new layer to the survival aspect. It's a survival economy, where your life depends not just on your skills and wits, but also on your financial prowess. You need to strategize, plan, and execute your plans flawlessly. It's not just about fighting off enemies and gathering resources, but also about managing your finances. You need to be smart, crafty, and a little ruthless. Survival is not just about strength, it's about strategy. This game turns the survival genre on its head by introducing this unique economic element. It's not just about how well you can fight or how quickly you can gather resources, but also about how well you can manage your money. In this world, cash is king, and the one with the most coins wins. So you need to be on your toes, always planning, always strategizing, always thinking about your next move. Because in this game, every decision matters, every move counts. Surviving on the island is a complex task, with a boss to pay and survival economics to consider. So are you ready to take on this challenge? Are you ready to test your survival skills in a whole new way? Then gear up, because the game is about to begin. SCUM isn't just about survival. It's also about strategy and resource control. The game presents a myriad of strategic challenges. One of the most vital aspects of this survival economy is controlling key resources, such as a nuclear power plant. This isn't just about gathering resources, it's about controlling them. Imagine this. You're on an island, and you have a nuclear power plant at your disposal. This isn't just a massive source of power, it's a game changer. It could be the difference between life and death, between survival and defeat. It's not just about having the most resources, it's about using them wisely. The power plant is a strategic asset, a linchpin in your survival strategy. It's not just about the power it generates, it's about the control it gives you over the game's economy. Control the power plant, control the game. In SCUM, strategic resource management can be the key to survival. In the world of SCUM, combat and territorial disputes are part of the daily routine. The island is a battleground where players must outwit, outmaneuver, and outlast each other. The essence of survival here is not just about finding the next meal or shelter, it's about strategic planning, decision-making, and fast-paced action. Every encounter with another player can turn into a high-stakes game of chess, where each move can mean the difference between life and death. Players must anticipate their opponent's actions, set traps, and use the environment to their advantage. It's a game of cat and mouse, where the hunter can quickly become the hunted. And let's not forget about territorial disputes. The fight for control over resources and strategic locations is fierce. It's a constant tug-of-war, with players constantly battling for dominance. The intensity of player interactions and territorial disputes adds to the thrill of the game. Gear up. In SCUM, the right equipment can make all the difference. It's not just about having a loaded weapon or a full stomach. Here, what you wear can very well determine whether you live or die. Imagine stepping into a radioactive zone without a hazmat suit. Not a pleasant thought, is it? These hazardous areas are scattered across the island, and often they hold valuable resources that you just can't pass up. So you will need a hazmat suit to safely navigate these zones and grab what you need. But remember, it's not just about donning the suit. You have to strategically decide when to use it, as it comes with limited durability. And it's not just the hazmat suit. From bulletproof vests to night vision goggles, SCUM emphasizes the importance of gear in survival. So keep your eyes peeled for these life-saving items. Proper gear and preparation are crucial in navigating the dangerous zones of SCUM. The threats in SCUM are not just human. Beware of the AI-controlled enemies. The game introduces a whole new level of challenge with its AI adversaries, known as puppets. These enemies are relentless and add multiple layers of difficulty to the survival experience. They're not just mindless drones either. They react to sound, sight, and even blood, making them a constant threat that players must tactfully navigate around. In the world of SCUM, you're not just battling against other players for survival. You're also pitted against these AI opponents who are unforgiving and relentless in their pursuit. This dual threat dynamic means you have to be constantly on your guard, assessing risks and managing resources effectively to tackle both human and AI challenges. It's a survival game where you're not only fighting for control against other players, but also wrestling with the unpredictable nature of AI-controlled enemies. Managing threats from both AI and human opponents is a unique challenge SCUM presents. SCUM is not just about combat, it's also about skills like lockpicking and crafting. Surviving on an island is about more than just brute force. It's about using your wits and resources to adapt and overcome. In the world of SCUM, each player is a craftsman and every item can be a tool. The ability to pick locks, for instance, can give you access to valuable resources locked away in abandoned buildings or secure zones. But remember, it's not just about getting in, but also about getting out without leaving a trace. Then there's crafting. It's an art as old as humanity itself. Whether it's building a shelter, crafting a weapon, or cooking a meal, the ability to create is a cornerstone of survival. It's about making the most of what you have and turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. In SCUM, crafting and skill development can be the difference between life and death. In SCUM, the island is yours for the taking. The question is, can you hold it? It's not just about surviving, it's also about thriving and expanding. The gameplay includes a significant aspect of territorial control, where players must strategize and plan to expand their control over the map. This isn't just about claiming territory, it's about defending it too. You'll need to fortify your strongholds, set up defenses, and be ready to repel any invaders who want to take what you've worked hard to secure. It's a constant push and pull, a delicate balance between expansion and consolidation. This territorial gameplay adds another layer of complexity, making the survival aspect even more challenging and rewarding. It's a constant reminder that in SCUM, survival isn't just about living another day, it's about building an empire in a hostile world. SCUM presents a unique blend of survival and conquest. In the world of SCUM, diplomacy can be as deadly as a bullet. It's not just about survival against the elements or AI-controlled enemies, it's also about survival against other players and factions. In the game, alliances and negotiations play a pivotal role. It's not always about who has the sharpest knife or the fastest trigger finger, but who can sway others to their side. Players will come across various factions on the island, such as bikers and pirates. These interactions can be as simple as a trade or as complex as a treaty. You might find yourself negotiating for a precious resource or pleading for your life. You could be forming an alliance to take on a common enemy or brokering a peace deal to end a territorial dispute. Your diplomatic skills are put to the test, and every decision you make can have far-reaching consequences. In SCUM, negotiations can affect territorial control, adding another level of complexity. SCUM offers a dynamic game world, with new areas and challenges appearing all the time. As players navigate this ever-evolving landscape, they're met with numerous hurdles that test their survival skills to the limit. One such challenge is securing high-value containers. These containers are often guarded by formidable AI enemies, requiring players to carefully plan their approach and engage in high-stakes combat. But the rewards? They're well worth the risk, often containing coveted gear and resources to help players in their survival journey. Another challenge comes in the form of radiation management. Certain zones within the game are heavily irradiated, and players must don a hazmat suit to traverse safely. The risk here lies in the suit's durability. It doesn't last forever, and players must strategize their time and routes in these zones to avoid fatal exposure. The risk-reward gameplay dynamic of SCUM keeps players on their toes and the game exciting.